Hey, folk, how's it going? Up and at 'em this morning, ready to rock and roll. I did want to speak on something. I was scrolling through the internet last night, came upon a picture of what seemed to be a lovely looking young man um, with a bright future ahead of him. Uh, Not sure the age, looked around the age of my little boy. And unfortunately, the article said he had passed away due to the cold in Texas. He passed away in his bedroom, in his bed. When the people went and checked on him, he was gone. And that kind of hit at the heart, being a daddy myself. And I could imagine it. I have family down in the great state of Texas. And, you know, so I just want to say people up north, some people up north are thinking of you. Um, Texas is not prepared for this type of stuff, folk. You know what I'm saying? It's, you know, I'm up here in the north, and I would like the northern people who can't understand what's going on down there to realize, I want you to just think, what would it be like in Connecticut if we had 100 plus degrees for 30 days straight, 60 days straight, with minimum of maybe, it seems like a nice cool down when it hits 90, 95. I wonder what it would be like if every single day of the month was like that this summer. I wonder how you guys would handle it. I wonder how the equipment would hold up. I wonder how the grid would hold up with everybody maxing their ACs, everybody having their fans on, and everybody doing whatever it is they had to do to stay cool. I wonder how the North would handle that. There's a lot about, this situation that is just messed up. I mean, what's it been, like over 100 years, I think, since something like this has happened down there this bad? Cold wise, I mean, uh, you know, you got to remember up north we have big old plows going by to get the snow out of your way and throw salt down and throw dirt down to get rid of the black ice, God willing, and to keep it to a minimum. You know, Texas doesn't have all that stuff. They don't have this weather. And, I think people need to keep that in mind, that this isn't just a funny little joke. Ha ha, they're not used to this. Ha ha, look what happened. Ha. It's not a little joke. People are dying. Cows are dying out in the fields, freezing to death. And all the jokes about their reliance on renewable green energy is ignorance. It's a small portion of their electrical grid is renewable energy. And that being said, who cares? I'm sorry, but renewable green energy is smart. Hey, check it out. You could get free energy from the sun. You could get free energy from the wind. Nah, that's got to be stupid, right? But anyways, saw this article or whatever. It's the same way like Norway or Sweden or something, where it's very, very freaking cold, and the helicopters, they have this stuff to automatically de-ice the turbines and everything, so they can actually fly their helicopters. Otherwise, they wouldn't be able to. Maybe Texas could look into that for the wind turbines now. You know what I'm saying? Things happen, people adjust. But I'm thinking the arrogance and ignorance of my northern brethren is showing. And I would just like you to remember that people are actually dying. That little young man who had a whole future ahead of him isn't here anymore. So before we crack the jokes and everything, let's try to remember that. But anyways, I'm going to keep this part short. I got some more stuff I want to put on here for you later. So I'll catch you guys later. And God bless America. God bless the great state of Texas. Later, folks. Hey, all right, folks. So hanging out here, and wanted to talk a little bit more on the winter thing, considering we have all the winter stuff going on, and we're talking about Texas and how they're trying to survive down in the situation with all that cold and everything. Oh, hold on, check it out, people. Hey, it's Mr. Wilson. Wilson, look, it's Mr. Wilson. What you doing, buddy? Making YouTube famous. But anyways, yeah, since we're talking about the winter stuff, it was at one point my plan to go down to the south this year. I mean, every nomad goes down to Quartzsite and all that at some point, don't they? So I wanted to shoot down there, maybe meet people, this and that, this and that. And then obviously I would have shot over to Texas and checked out a whole bunch of stuff in Texas, because there's just like a freaking buttload of stuff to do there. But I decided to stay up north in Connecticut for the cold, because I wanted to experience it in the van, in the cold. I figured the best way to find out exactly the things I'm going to need and what works and what doesn't work is to be in that environment. So I have learned a lot, and like I said, since we're talking about Texas and how they're not prepared and everything, people up here could not be prepared if you're in a situation I'm in, like where you chose van life or a full-time RV, whatever you're doing, you know. But one of the things for my heating, as I've shown before, is buddy heater. And I seen on the internet different videos, this and that, and a lot of the videos are saying it's like 5-6 hours of runtime off that propane bottle, and I'm getting, I think, about 4.5, maybe 5 hours, but I'm not getting those 6 hours. I've read it online where it says you can get 6 hours out of it. I haven't gotten 6 hours out of it. And I'm talking about the little green bottles. I'm not talking about hooking up to a 20-pounder or a 5 or 10-pounder or anything like that. But the little green bottle gallon tanks. I'm thinking I get about, I think the last one I did, I got 4 hours. And so it's anywhere between 4 and 5. I'll say usually between 4 and 4.5 I get. And it works great. It does work great. A lot of people complain about the moisture and condensation, everything that you get on the windows and everything. But I'll be honest with you, while I'm in here sleeping, I wake up every single morning, not in the summertime necessarily, but in the wintertime, I wake up every single morning with condensation on my windows, and I don't use my heater at night. So you're going to have that regardless, you know. There are other heaters like the Wave 3 and all that stuff, so it's all your choice of what you want to do. But you got the diesel heaters and everything, which sound interesting. But the buddy works just fine for me. And I was watching a video that said they came out with a new buddy. I had not heard of this. Oh man, I'm going to forget it now. The buddy something. Oh man, I had just watched the video, but it's a pretty cool. What do you call it? A buddy. It's like the buddy, except it's shaped differently and everything. And you know how like on the buddy the heat is going straight forward, but this is made it so it can go on the side and everything, so multiple people can get around it. It'd be nice and warm. The Buddy Flex, boom, got it. But yeah, the Buddy Flex, I have never seen it, so if you guys have seen it, that's cool, but I have never seen it before. Looks pretty awesome. I believe, don't quote me, this is that the regular buddy is like 4,000 to 6,000 BTUs, or am I using the right thing? BTUs, I think I'm saying it right. I think this one is between like 8 and 10. And also, it's not just a high or low, because most people who use the buddy know low can be it's fine. But if your space is a little bit bigger, it's going to be harder. And if you have it on high just cooks you out of there. Well, this one has like one that you can just turn, and it just goes to the level of your liking. It's not like high, medium, low, or whatever. It's just, it's really cool. It's called the Buddy Flex for you guys if you haven't heard of it yet. And it sounds interesting. But another thing is the insulation. You've got to make sure of your insulation. I thought, I have a conversion van. I'm like, oh no, they insulated well, right? Well, I had the door here, and right here for the window, it was the handle seemed a little loose, so I went to go fix it. and a piece fell down behind, this right here, so the panel. So I took it off and everything, and when I took it off, I could see inside the door. I saw, I mean, literally, there is just a little tiny square of insulation stuck in her. That's it. That is it. And it's old. She's a 94, so it's like sunk down. It's just hanging there. Useless. Absolutely useless. So there, in other words, there's like no insulation in my doors whatsoever. And I could just imagine, I'm sure the back is the same way, So anyways, I would absolutely check out your van and make sure the insulation is good. And your seals around your doors, you definitely want to look into those. And because when that wind blows, it'll push your heat right out. I have to do it to my back as well because previous owners, I don't know if they backed into something, but the door has a big bend in it for some strange reason. I didn't know if they have to break into it or something. But anyways, I got to get that looked at and fixed because I get a massive breeze back there. But and I have two big comforters on my bed. And I'll be honest with you, I'm a big boy. I stay nice and comfortable with no heat on whatsoever. None. If I'm up and I'm working around in the van, or if I'm editing, or if I'm gonna listen to music or anything, throw a few back or whatever, I'll definitely turn my heat on so I'm comfortable. Also, it's pretty cool to heats up the bed before you get in there. But yeah, just typical smart stuff that you definitely absolutely want to look at before you go out into the cold. And I'm sure there's going to be new things that I'm going to have to look at when I head down south and go into the heat. So that's probably going to be about it for this one. I don't know a whole lot more to tell you about. Just be prepared. I mean, if you know the environment you're going into, you've got to be prepared for it. And that's what I was saying about Texas. Texas is prepared for what they face all the time, but they don't face this all the time. So give Texas a break. But like I said, that's going to be about it. Later, folk. And don't forget, always forward to the next adventure. The vlog is down.